Okay guys, back for another cast on the druid. So, last time I logged out in the Badlands after completing a couple of quests there, and I transferred myself up here in Western Plaguelands as I figured there was a quest here called the Wildlife Suffers 2. Nothing really leads to it. There's just, if it wasn't for Questy, I probably would have never found this quest unless there's some other quest that will take you around here. But there's some dude inside a building up here. Oh yeah, and by the way, I need to be a good grinder and then sort of exchanged my carrot on a stick, which increases mount speed with this Argent Dawn commission. It means that some of the undead mobs, like say this guy, for instance, has a chance to drop some kind of item that I can turn in for reputation with the Argent Dawn. So I think I'm actually gonna start out in cat form here, and then just check out the patrols, see where it's sort of the easiest to engage. From what I can see on the map, the quest giver is inside the house here. And I guess this is sort of a new kind of setup, you could say, where it's hard to get to the quest giver itself, actually. I probably could sneak in and just maybe talk to the guy, but I'm not quite sure if something else spawns or if I get aggro while I'm in there. And with these sort of freezing goals, yeah, then I prefer to have an escape route out. It seems like can run this way if things turn sour. That's what I'm gonna do. So let's start out with this guy. In my new kick-ass gear here as well, that I showed off with last time. This is the best equipped character I've had so far in hardcore, by the way. Not that it's anything special. I guess compared to Raider or something like that. But as you can see, these mobs, by the way, they offer Argent Dawn reputation, not too bad. So I want to grind that faction eventually. They should have a lot of nice stuff that's worth grinding. Oh, resist. You know what? Okay. I'll face tank you, Bob. There we go. So, and as you can see, what I was talking about and the reason why I have that trinket equipped is that I got one of these, Minion Scorchstone. Yeah, they have a chance to drop. I have no idea what the percentage is from the local undead population here. And I'm more into like holding these guys in place with the roots, as I suppose they got all kinds of plagues and disease and whatnot. I can get rid of poison, but that's it. So, let's see, 1 or 2 more and I think I'm there. I mean, close to the quest giver. So, is this poor guy lying here? Mulgre's Deep River. So that's one of the high-end sort of herbs down there. I just have to see how many mobs I actually have to kill to get it. Probably a lot. Yeah, I think there are easier ways to get this. This is the herb, I mean. So I'm just gonna abandon it for now, I think. And I can imagine this guy with all this sort of toxic cloud around him. It's probably not very healthy to be in stealth around him. Oh. And now that I was down here, I might as well check out if there was a deceased wolf down here. Nope. There was a carrion lurker, and the reason why that's good to know is that I'm pretty sure that the wolves and the lurkers, they sort of share respawn. So when you kill one, it has a chance to spawn as one or the other. But here are 2 of the wolves for free. I mean, I don't have to kill any spiders in order to get the wolves here. That's preferred, of course. So what I'm gonna do is simply do the complete sort of questy route here, see how many wolves I can get. If people do this quest now and then, and I can imagine they do because the quest itself, from what I read, it offers Scenario and Circle reputation, which is also one of the factions that is usually grinded in high end. I'm not quite sure why, but I haven't looked at their sort of menu yet, but I'm sure that it is one of the factions that's grinded, just like Argent Dawn. Then people will know about this quest and they will take it. And the more people that sort of do this quest, the more wolves would be killed. And the wolves, like I said, they had a chance to respawn as either a carrion lurker. There's actually more kind of spider here, but it's the carrion lurker spider. Or wolf. And if people are only going for the wolves, I think it's natural that there will always be like a surplus of these spiders instead of wolves. Unless you're lucky that when the last guy killed a lot of wolves, they all respawned as wolves, which is probably unlikely. So, hardly worth mounting up here, as there were 3 possible wolves over here, which all turned out to be spiders. And yeah, spiders can whip. I had a little post-traumatic stress about that because I had 2 warriors die to whip. I have a 50 plus warrior. I haven't played him for a long time, but I had 2 warriors died in their 30s, both due to whip. One got whipped and swarmed from... it wasn't a spider, it was from another mob that can whip some... Oh, that's wolf here. It was it was a humanoid actually in Strangleton Vale in a place called Kirsten's Compound. I can show you on the map in a second. It's not a place Horde comes a lot. But I had to get there in order to complete some kind of quest and make a shortcut, and I didn't know that the humanoids there, they could actually whip. So I got whipped, and then more and more mobs turned in as they had patrols there, and in the end I got completely overrun. So yeah, after that I sort of was... You should think that I would give mobs that can whip extra respect, but I had to die one more time, or I had to die one more time in order to fully realize how dangerous whips are, especially for warrior. So in around the Highlands, I met a spider, and it actually was the same scenario. I was going for an iron vein or something like that, and so my brain kind of shut down, you could say, in order, because I just wanted that vein. And I ran into sort of the wilderness without any sort of escape path and stuff, and I got surprised by a spider. And spider, yeah, it did what spiders do. It whipped me, and after I was whipped, then more and more mobs just poured in, just like the other time. So yeah, it happened twice. The good thing about druid is that I wouldn't say I'm not immune to whips, but I can change form, and then I'll get rid of any sort of movement impairing effects. Just gonna see, yeah, if it's worth sort of... Yeah, I don't think these flowers, it's simply too crowded here in order to get the flowers. Well, I could get them, but I probably have to kill a ton of mobs, and yeah, it's not worth it. Yeah, they put it in the middle of this camp. Good luck getting it. So this was another spider, and there's a couple of more chances up here. Oh, and about the Kurtz's compound, I'm just gonna make sure I can sort of... that I won't get, yeah, attacked while I'm checking it out. But the place I'm talking about where I got whipped is up here. So I was running from over here in order to get some mobs over here in this mountainous area, and then I ran through in the outskirts of this Kirsten's compound. But there's some kind of hunter-like mobs with these humanoids. They have a pet as well, and that guy was the one that could do the webbing. So actually I sort of survived on my warrior back then for a while more mobs poured in, and then when the web sort of stopped it's not like it works indefinitely, but when it stopped working due to sort of, I don't know how long time, maybe it's your web for 8 to 10 seconds or something like that. But so as soon as the web had stopped working, I used a speed pod on that warrior back then in order to try and escape. But the problem was that another hunter had engaged at that time, and that meant that I got immediately sort of re-webbed, which kind of sucked. Okay, so I think I've been through all the possible wolf spawns now, and that made me 6 of them. So I could grind spiders and stuff. Oh, there might be some... Sorry. Okay, no, I haven't. I can go all this way down as well. So I haven't... But yeah, I could start grinding spiders, of course, and hope they respawn as... wolves. But there's only like, I suppose, 50% chance or something like that. So it's probably better to just go look for them. I don't even know what the respawn timer is, but I prefer doing, of course, checking out all the possible wolf spawns and then maybe go back to where I actually killed some of them and see if they actually respawned as wolves. Sorry about my sneezing, if you can actually hear it, but I was out doing some garden work and all this sort of pollen and stuff is not my favorite. So a freebie plague bloom. And yeah, I think I'm running out of chances of where there can sort of be wolves. So I took the quest here and yeah, I'm pretty much back to where I started grinding the wolves. And at least one of them here has respawned as a wolf. I seem to recall that there was quite a few of the wolves in the beginning. I mean, where I started to grind them. Just a second. Had to do something about this pollen allergy or whatever it is. Yeah. So the question is if I should kill a couple of spiders and await that they respawn as wolves, or if I'm feeling lucky. Do you feel lucky, punk? And see if I can find a spider. Sorry, a wolf. Tons of spiders. But it looks like I may have grinded some spiders up, some wolves up here because there's no wolf nor spiders, meaning that the mobs might not have respawned yet. I feel like I missed out here on some of the wolfies or possible wolf spawns down where I started. I did get 7 after all. So far, I mean. But yeah, there's a chance that none of them have actually respawned yet. I think I'm gonna kill a spider or 2 here, and I'm probably gonna get social aggro. Nope. Yeah, and here's the famous web. Just want to show you that I can just annihilate the web simply by changing form. That's why I was spamming my Moonfire to get it killed as fast as possible. Before the web ran out, I mean. And I do have some quests that are lower than, not here, let's say here, but lower than 55. Any quests that are level 55 I can sort of wait with, because I'll get full reputation as 60 is cap, as you all know. So 5 quest levels below my own level is full reputation, meaning that all level 55 quests will, if they award any reputation, will net me full reputation. So it's more like an effort to get sort of all the quests below level 55 done before I reach 60 in order to maximize my reputation gains. Okay, interesting. No, this is not a bad recipe. I actually think I have it on... I actually have 2 enchanters that I have it on both my enchanters, but it's a recipe that could be worth like, I don't know, 12, 15 gold maybe. So I guess it was worth killing a couple of spiders. So the question is if I should kill a few of these guys here while I'm waiting for the respawns. I think I will. Like I said, I can get some reputation from them and a chance to get one of these sort of stones that I can hand in for the Argent Dawn. There aren't any wolves available at the moment, to my knowledge. And I think you can grind reputation up to around honored or revered. I'm not quite sure. Probably just honored, simply by killing mobs. And the reason why... Oh. This was maybe a mistake, but the reason why I didn't use web in the beginning was that I wanted to separate these guys. This guy from the other guys. As he does stuff like this, which can be quite annoying, I can imagine, if you're standing here in the middle. So, time for a little snack and some mana back. While I'm waiting for my wolf buddies to pop up. So all this stuff here is useful in some way. And this is my trash area. Okay, so the spider corpses has disappeared. That's probably good. So we can get some respawns before too long. The follow-up quest is where I have to get some wolves. Sorry, some bears, I think. And they share respawn with the plague lurkers here instead of the other, the carrion lurkers. Feels odd to just grind for not quite the fun of it, but I can get reputation from these guys, so it's not coincidence that I'm grinding these guys, but it's the first time on my druid, I think, where I'm just grinding, you could say, for fun. As it has always been, you know, a hunt for maximizing reputation. So that will be a relief, you could say, compared to what I've done so far, that I can just quest and kill as I feel like when I reach 60. Actually, I could be 4, but I sort of restricted myself. I guess I've always been curious to see how much reputation you could actually grind. From just questing in the right order, sort of, and doing all the quests. And I guess I'm getting there before long. So I'm at... let's see... 2600 with Dark Spear, 7000 with Orgrimmar, and around 6000 with Thunderbluff, and 4000 revered with Undercity. So, I don't know, from a third to a fourth, or maybe less, revered. That's how far I've got so far. And I'll probably won't get that much further. You could say I'm missing out a good 100,000 experience. So let's check out if any wolfies has respawned from where I killed the 3 spiders. Doesn't look like any. Yeah, pollen for the win. That's just the gift from working in the garden, like hours after you stop, when you suffer from stuff like that. So yeah, I think that's the safest to wait for the 3 respawns I took around from the 3 spiders I killed around here, instead of just endlessly circling around. To see if I missed a mob or 2. And like I said, as I want to grind these guys anyway at some point, it's not the worst mob, you could say, to grind just to have time go by, so the wolfies hopefully can respawn. So this guy has respawned. Let's see if the spider or wolfie has. Nope. They don't necessarily have the same respawn timer, of course. So some poor weekend warrior probably just died from Druid Moonfire, and it's not to be patronizing in any way, but it's she hits like a truck. But it's rather typical to see people die from mobs like that here on a Sunday. Because people will get surprised, I guess, from if quests haven't been that hard, you could say so far. Not that they are a complete walkover, but then when you suddenly meet a mob that sort of really kicks some butt, then you'll naturally get surprised, and that's often what happens in that quest. It's a quest in Ashen Vale where you have to sort of conduct an attack on a Silverwing outpost, which is sort of a alliance faction of Night Elves. It doesn't get you flagged, but I don't know, there's sort of this PvP vibe to it though, but you won't get flagged from doing the quest of killing those Silverwing mobs. I mean flagged for PvP. I'm just gonna go the full circle now, guys. Just in case. But while you're sort of attacking the settlement that you're supposed to with the quest, and you have an orcish guy, I think he's called Truck or Tuck or something like that, and a couple of some of his warrior buddies, I think they are like 5 or something like that. Then you're sort of ambushed yourself during the attack, and then that's when Dual Moonfire appears, and yeah, she hits like a truck. So you could be pretty sort of pressured already, and then all of a sudden she's in your back, hitting you with a nice fat two-handed weapon, and yes, it hurts. So Ekalom is actually in the same area. I think it's in Ashenvale. It's I think it's a rare elemental, like, you know, the pet that Frostmage has, a water elemental. And yeah, apparently this guy got sort of overwhelmed by it. Oh, there's actually a wolf. Ta-da! Finally, feels like it's a rare mob almost. So let's just not get ahead of ourselves. Just gonna get up close and personal here and root it. There we go. Down you go, brother wolf. There we go. So So on a personal note, I was out in the garden cutting the, I'm not quite sure what the word is in English, sort of the line between you and your neighbor with greenies. It's called a hinge. It can be bushels or trees that are sort of grown together, but I forgot what the name is in English. And I've been doing that for like 6 hours today. So all of this sort of pollen and greenery stuff, yeah, when I inhalate that, things get a little nasty. So I sort of completely collapsed after I was out for the 3rd time and doing this in like 28 degrees. So it's time to, play a little ball, and then I realized that I've just pretty much right after I sat here and started recording, then all of a sudden this sort of pollen allergy or whatever it is got all over me. So the freezing ghouls here, by the way, they're not that dangerous when you got them here one by one. But when they do this stuff and they can still hit you, I can imagine in there it'll be really, really annoying. So had I been like a melee class, then I would still sort of pull them to me if I had to go talk to the quest giver. The rotting ghouls, I'm not quite sure what their abilities are, but I'm just still gonna pull him to me. And holy crap, this guy got the rot knocked out of him with a double critter there. So... oh. Damn. This guy almost sort of respawned right on top of me. The reason why I'm killing these guys without sort of... besides getting the reputation, is that I'd like to have an escape route if I get surprised by mobs inside his cave. So it's due to safety, really, having the escape route available. Just seeing if something's going down. It seems this patrol stopped here, so he's not that dangerous. I've been watching you, buddy. So, but this guy might be a little annoying. I'm gonna pull him to me. So I'll give him 2 Wrath and then a Root to make sure he's sort of cleared the other guys. It's a fairly new area to me, and I guess that's why I have so much sort of respect for these guys, you could say. Okay, so I got a new quest pretty much exactly like it. Like the one I just did. Well, not exactly, I just have to kill some bears instead now. And where do we get the bears? So it's to my right instead of my left. And like I said previously, the bears, they share spawn timer not with these guys, but with the carrion lurkers, but with the... I think there was one right here, but with these guys, the plague lurkers. But I'm gonna do the same tactics, really. Might as well go this way. Let's check out how many bears I can actually find. And by the way, as you can see, I got Cenarian Circle Reputation 75. He's a bear. But I can imagine it's the exact same scenario. That I'll be missing a couple of bears. And then you're next on the kill table, guys. But it would be foolish to just, I guess, start just by killing spiders. I might actually be a little lucky that... Oh, it's gonna be rough here. Be a little lucky that there actually are most of the bears, or all of them available. You know what? I'm gonna be pessimistic and then I'm gonna kill a few of the spiders here. There's a reward there, a green foil. So I remind myself by saying out loud that I killed, I don't know, 3 or 4 of these guys in the beginning where I grinded. And they may respawn as bears. So yeah, I'm contradicting what I said to initially. I can imagine it's the exact same problem as with the wolves. Meaning a surplus in spiders, or a lack of bears for that matter. The spider meat, by the way, is not the worst. They can make a decent spider sausage here, which will give you 12 stamina for 15 minutes. Not too bad. So let's see, that was 3. Let's, I don't know, do one more. It's gonna be you, bro. And then it's bear season is open. I'm gonna go around here, sort of south, and then swing all this way around and come back to where I am. If it's possible, I mean. Now, if it's not overcrowded here with the local fauna, sort of fairly high level undeads. And yeah, sorry about this, guys, but I am a herbalist after all. Oh, a bear. Yippee. This isn't the sort of the best spot because I don't really have an escape route here. I was thinking the second I sort of jumped down, but It seems pretty fair. Sorry, not fair, but pretty safe. So I'm just gonna stay here and replenish my mana. Done. Off we go to find 6 more bears. But I'm already sort of feeling good about that I killed the 4 guys in the beginning. The spookers. As, yeah, doesn't look like there's a lot of bears around. There's a lot of possibilities though here on the other side. Yeah, I think I'm gonna start up here. There's one here at least. Another one up there. Interesting tree. I guess that's what caught my eye. I wasn't quite sure if it was a hut or what it was. Oh yeah, and about the local fauna, if there's any sort of dangerous elites and stuff, I don't know. I haven't got a clue actually in the zone, I mean. So yeah, still looking sort of behind myself as much as possible. So, no nasty surprises. It must have some kind of nature resist. Maybe not. I think I'm doing actually the same damage as usual. It just feels like they're going down fairly slow, but I think it has to do with that. Maybe they're pretty sort of hit point chunky. They are bears after all. So let's do this right and look at all the possible spawns. And there actually was a bonus here. Oh, yeah. Forgot my form. There's another one up there to my left. Oh, and one more here. Oh, and I actually just need one more now, which I have. So, yeah. Turned out to be a bad idea to kill the spooters initially. I guess I'll survive, but... I think this should be enough mana to kill the last one. There we go, quest complete, and a Plague Bloom as bonus. So yeah, I'll take the road back. So instead of turning all this way down here, just gonna follow the road and then the path down there. And as usual, I'll probably have to kill a couple of undead mobs, so in order to get in, or have an escape. Not to get in, maybe, because I could probably stealth my way in. I just prefer having this sort of escape route if things turn sour. And by the way, earlier today, when I was on an alt for, I think it was on my banker or something like that, I saw a guy he had just completely fallen in love with the hardcore sort of gaming and style and community, and he was like, oh man, why did I play retail for 12 years? I love hardcore so much. It was really heartwarming to hear. I pretty much had the same experience myself. So I definitely know the feeling, you could say. Like I've probably stated in videos before, I was sort of had quit the game, but this way of playing is just, you know, having your old favorite game finally in a way that's worth playing it again. And I'm sure this guy felt the same way. So 2 Wrath here to get him separated from the other guys. What's the plan anyway? So I'm thinking one more and I'm ready to hand in. Pretty safely anyway. There we go. And sort of oddly enough, I'm not gonna save this guy. Oh, maybe I am, because he actually gives one more quest here. Didn't know that. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do off screen. Interesting cloak, by the way. Lots and lots of stats here. Because I was about to say, you know, why would you leave a guy like that? He doesn't look like he's in the best of shape, you could say. So I think I'm gonna log out somewhere carefully. I'm gonna hand in this quest, even though it's a 56. I don't have that many 54 left. I'm just gonna look into it, but for now, I'm gonna go to Moonglade. It's sort of a free portal to the other continent. I'm gonna look at my new gear here. It's been a while since I equipped something before these 3 items in the last episode. So with my druid buddies here, or actually with this great view, I'm gonna hand in this quest in off screen. It might lead to another. I'll take it from there. But with this beautiful zone in the background, guys, I'm gonna bid you a fair farewell. Thanks for watching as usual, and see you in the next one. Take care, bye bye.